Because the moment your eyes touched these words, something ancient began to move. Something written before your birth, something sealed in heaven's timeline, something that has waited through storms, delays, betrayals, and silent nights just to awaken right now. Stay. Do not rush. Lean in. There is a message heaven has been trying to get to you, and today the veil is finally thin enough to deliver it. My child, listen closely. Heaven whispered your name this morning, and when heaven whispers, realms shift. When heaven whispers, destinies tremble awake. When heaven whispers, the angels stand at attention. And Michael stepped forward. His sword glowed with a fire not of this earth. His wings unfurled like galaxies opening. And he said, "The one chosen is finally ready. My beloved." Something extraordinary happened in the physical world at the same moment heaven called your name. A powerful figure, one the world calls unstoppable, felt your energy rise. Not because of luck, not because of chance, but because your spiritual frequency finally aligned with something written about you long before time learned to count itself. A man whose influence shakes economies. A man whose decisions ripple across nations. A man whose name echoes in every innovation. His spiritual radar caught you. He noticed something shifting around your destiny. He noticed a light the world had tried to dim. He noticed the vibration of a soul rising into its season. And that noticing awakened a prophecy. My beloved, listen, for this part is sacred. In the symbolic language of heaven, he sent what looked like $1 trillion check. A sign, a metaphor, a cosmic confirmation. A signal from the realm of manifestation that says, your worth has increased. Your destiny is valuable. Your name is entering rooms your feet haven't touched yet. But hear me, the blessing, this spiritual check, will bounce if you walk away now. Not because you are unworthy, not because you failed, but because destiny requires presence, awareness, willingness. Your past pain was not punishment. It was preparation. It sharpened your intuition. It carved space for the blessings that were always yours. Every delay was divine training. Every betrayal was spiritual redirection. Every closed door was heaven saying, not here, not yet, not small. Your soul remembers this. Your spirit recognizes this moment. Your destiny is awakening. Stay. Do not rush this part. The angels are still speaking. You have felt the energy shift around you. Those strange chills, those sudden moments of clarity, those intuitive warnings, those dreams that felt too real. That was heaven calling you into alignment. Because something massive has been gathering around you. Opportunities, connections, sudden elevation, quantum jumps, rapid openings, unexplainable favor. You were not imagining it. The atmosphere around your life is no longer ordinary. Even the spiritual realm knows your season has changed. My beloved, heaven is reminding you. You are rare. You are chosen. You are protected. You are guided. You are not behind. You are in divine timing. The tests you faced were not to break you. They were to reveal you. They awakened your spiritual intelligence. They taught you discernment. They elevated your authority. They forced you to see who you truly are. And now the prophetic gates are opening. The check that symbolizes your elevation, your abundance, your breakthrough. It cannot manifest if you walk away from your calling, your intuition, your alignment. But if you stay, if you lean into this moment, the blessing will not bounce. It will flood, because heaven has decided. Your rising season has begun. Not slow, not subtle, not someday. Now, your blessings will accelerate. Your authority will increase. Your intuition will sharpen. Your path will clear. Your enemies will scatter. Your gifts will expand. Your name will rise. Your steps will be guided. Your protection will be doubled. My beloved, remain here with me a little longer, for the heavens have not finished speaking. There is a stirring around your spirit that cannot be rushed, a blooming that happens only when the soul is fully present. Read slowly, breathe deeply, and allow these words to settle into the chambers of your destiny, for this next unveiling is meant only for the one who has survived every silent battle and every hidden wound. My child, there is a mystery unfolding around you, one that even the angels watch with reverence. You have crossed into a threshold where ordinary rules no longer govern your path. The air around your life feels different because it is different. The spiritual winds have shifted in your favor, carrying whispers of movements that were impossible for you just months ago. You have stepped into a higher current, one aligned with the version of you heaven always knew you would become. There is a reason your heart has been restless lately, an ancient signal calling you forward. Your soul has been remembering fragments of a destiny you once glimpsed in dreams, long before fear, disappointment, and exhaustion tried to bury your strength. But now, my beloved, the dust has begun to fall away, and the truth of who you are is revealing itself like a sunrise that refuses to dim. You may not realize this, but the spiritual realm has been adjusting itself around your journey. Pathways once blocked are cracking open. Places where you felt small are expanding. People who were unworthy of your energy are being gently removed. And the weight that sat on your chest for so long is dissolving, not because circumstances changed, but because you changed. Your spirit is rising above every situation that tried to contain it. My child, there is an anointing on your resilience. You have endured storms that would have crushed others. You walked through nights that had no stars. You carried disappointments that were never spoken aloud. And yet, here you stand, still soft, still hopeful, still reaching for more. Heaven counts that as rare strength. Heaven sees that as proof of divine assignment. And so, a new movement has begun, one that requires a deeper level of awareness. You are being aligned with opportunities that match your spiritual stature. This is why unexpected thoughts have been arriving, why inspiration has been returning, why clarity has begun to break through the fog. It is not coincidence. It is not imagination. It is spiritual awakening. My beloved, the angels have been repositioned around your life. They are guiding you into spaces where you will be seen without having to shout, valued without having to beg, and elevated without having to explain your worth. You are stepping into circles that match your vibration. You are being drawn towards souls who understand your depth, honor your journey, and resonate with your calling. There is something else stirring, something that has been dormant but not forgotten. A gift inside you is waking. A wisdom you thought you lost is resurfacing. A fire you once carried is returning with greater purity. You are becoming the version of yourself that was prophesied before you ever knew what purpose felt like. Do not fear the unfamiliar sensation around you. It is simply your spirit adjusting to expansion. When destiny grows, the soul feels it. When blessings accelerate, the atmosphere thickens. When heaven moves, your heart senses the tremor before the miracle arrives. My child, the next chapter of your journey will not resemble the old one. You will not walk with the same heaviness. You will not fight with the same exhaustion. You will not question your worth in the same way. This chapter is written in a different handwriting, one that carries promise, elevation, clarity, and divine order. Your spirit has been upgraded. Your steps have been recalibrated. Your path has been restructured. And now, my beloved, you stand on the edge of a horizon only heaven could have prepared. There is no returning to the old version of you. Your rising has already begun. My beloved, remain here, because there is still more unfolding in the unseen. What is rising around you is too vast, too intricate, too sacred to be delivered in a single breath. There are layers of your destiny that are only now beginning to unseal, layers that required maturity, patience, heartbreak, and inner evolution before they could safely come to the surface. You are standing in a moment where your past, your purpose, and your potential are all aligning for the very first time. My child, the heavens have watched you move through seasons where nothing made sense. Times when you carried more questions than answers, when you walked forward even while pieces of you felt broken, when you chose light despite being surrounded by shadows. That was not unnoticed. Those were the moments that forged the spiritual authority you now carry, the quiet strength that makes the invisible realm respond to you. Your endurance became a key, unlocking doors you didn't even know were waiting. You may feel like something strange has been happening inside you recently, and that feeling is not accidental. Your intuition has been sharpening, your discernment has been heightening, and your awareness has been stretching beyond the surface of things. You are beginning to see patterns you once overlooked, truths you once ignored, and signals you once doubted. This is the beginning of spiritual maturity, the awakening that occurs when your soul refuses to stay small any longer. My beloved, there is a reason you feel the gentle pull toward isolation at times. Heaven often draws chosen souls away from noise, so they can hear the quieter instructions meant only for them. You are being taught to listen to subtler vibrations, to sense spiritual shifts before they happen, to read the energy of a room before a word is spoken. This is not withdrawal. This is preparation for the next phase of your calling. There is something else, something deeper, unfolding within you. An inner confidence is forming, not the loud kind born from ego, but the quiet kind born from revelation. You are beginning to understand that your worth is not tied to approval, validation, or comparison. You are learning to recognize your own light, not because someone pointed it out, but because you finally stopped dimming it. This self-recognition is a spiritual event, a turning point that accelerates everything connected to your future. My child, heaven has observed how often you chose kindness even when your heart was tired. How often you continued to love even after being wounded. How often you kept hoping even when disappointment tried to suffocate your spirit. That softness is not a weakness. It is a sign of divine origin. Souls like yours carry a deeper capacity for compassion, and it is that capacity that makes you a vessel for miracles. You are approaching a moment of rearrangement. Not destruction, but reordering. Circumstances will start shifting to match the frequency of who you are becoming. Connections will either strengthen or fall away. Opportunities will either align or dissolve. Your path will begin to prioritize only what serves your growth, and anything that slows your elevation will lose its grip. This transition may feel unfamiliar, but it is orchestrated with precision. My beloved, understand this. The energy around your life is no longer stagnant. Something has been activated in you, something ancient yet newly refined. A spiritual authority has awakened, and it is altering the way the world responds to you. People will begin to notice a presence they cannot explain. Doors will open without your knocking. Solutions will appear without your searching. Answers will arrive without your asking. This is the sign of a destiny entering fulfillment. You are not the person you were last season. The battles you survived changed your spiritual architecture. The lessons you learned expanded your inner landscape. You are walking with a light sharper than before, a wisdom deeper than before, a strength steadier than before. My beloved, stay with me, because the unfolding has not reached its depth yet. There are truths still rising from the quiet places of your destiny, truths that have been waiting for you to reach this level of inner clarity. Not every soul reaches this point. Only those who have endured enough, learned enough, surrendered enough, and risen enough to hold the next layer of divine revelation. You are one of them, my child, and that is why the heavens continue to speak. There is a movement happening within you that even you cannot fully explain. A subtle strength has been forming underneath your ribs, a grounded softness that was not there before. It is the kind of strength that doesn't need to declare itself, the kind that grows from surviving storms without losing your heart. This inner evolution is not random. It is the evidence of a soul transitioning from one dimension of purpose into another. My child, your spirit has been shedding old fears without you even realizing it. The anxieties that once had power over you no longer hold the same grip. The doubts that used to cloud your judgment are losing their authority. The opinions of others, which once echoed too loudly, are fading into irrelevance. This is what liberation feels like. Not a sudden explosion, but a quiet loosening, a steady freedom woven through days and moments until one morning you realize you are no longer who you were. There is a sacred clarity surrounding your life right now. You are beginning to sense what aligns with your soul and what doesn't. You can feel when something is meant for you before it even manifests. You can detect when someone's intentions are not pure, even if their words are smooth. You can distinguish between opportunities that elevate and distractions that drain. This sharpened awareness is not accidental. It is a divine upgrade. My beloved, heaven is preparing to entrust you with things that require this level of discernment. Doors are opening that will demand a wiser version of you. Connections are forming that require emotionally elevated energy. Blessings are approaching that would have overwhelmed your old self, but now match your new spiritual stature. You are being positioned with precision, not luck. But understand this, my child. Elevation always brings exposure. The higher your spirit rises, the more clearly your light becomes visible. It will attract souls who resonate with your purpose, but it may also draw those who feel threatened by your growth. Don't be unsettled by this. Light has always stirred both admiration and discomfort. Stay grounded in who you are becoming, not in how others react to it. Your heart, once bruised by disappointment, is developing a steadiness that cannot be shaken easily. You are learning to love without losing yourself, to give without self-erasing, to hope without desperation. You are growing into a version of yourself who no longer negotiates their peace just to be understood. This is emotional evolution, one of the rarest forms of grace a soul can embody. My beloved, there is a spiritual realignment happening around your life. Paths that were tangled are loosening. Delays that felt eternal are dissolving. Situations that drained you are losing access to your energy. You are stepping into a rhythm that resonates with your higher calling, and everything that does not match that rhythm is quietly falling away. Do not fear the emptiness that sometimes follows release. That space is sacred. That space is preparation. That space is the soil where new beginnings form. The heavens know exactly what they are doing with you. My beloved, remain in this moment, for what is being revealed now touches the deepest architecture of your soul. There are truths rising from the hidden corridors of your spirit, truths that were placed in you long before your first heartbreak, long before your first setback, long before any human voice tried to define your worth. These truths are waking, and with them, a new chapter of your destiny is beginning to breathe. My child, you have been feeling a quiet shift inside you, a soft but persistent stirring that you could not name. It is the sensation that something is approaching, something greater than anything you've encountered before. This feeling is not a coincidence, it is an echo of alignment. Your internal world is syncing with divine timing, and that alignment is creating waves in the spiritual atmosphere around your life. You may not see the full picture yet, but your soul recognizes the pattern. There is a shedding happening within you, a release of old stories, old wounds, old self-doubt. Even the memories that once weighed you down are losing their power, as though your spirit finally decided to stop carrying what was never meant to be permanent. You are cleansing from the inside out. Fears that once defined your decisions are dissolving. Identities shaped by survival are fading. You are returning to the essence of who you truly are, not who pain taught you to be. My beloved, the heavens admire the way you kept moving even when life offered you no clarity. You walked forward with trembling hands, not because you understood the path, but because something inside you refused to stop believing there was more. That determination was sacred. It became your offering, your altar, your proof of faith. And heaven never ignores faith, especially the faith that survives disappointment. Your inner landscape is expanding in ways you do not yet fully grasp. You are developing the capacity to hold deeper wisdom, stronger intuition, and greater emotional depth. You are becoming a sanctuary, calm in storms, clear in confusion, anchored in truth. You may not realize it, but your presence is becoming healing. People feel lighter around you because your spirit carries the weight of someone who has overcome without becoming hardened. My child, there is a shift in the way destiny responds to you now. Paths that once rejected you will soon make room for you. Places that once felt unreachable will begin to soften and open. Situations that once drained you will no longer have access to your energy. You are stepping into a season where your spirit chooses differently, sees differently, receives differently. This is not arrogance, it is awakening. There is also a quiet courage forming in you, the kind that rises without announcement. You are learning to walk away from what diminishes your light without guilt. You are learning to protect your peace without apology. You are learning to speak truth without trembling. You are learning that boundaries are not barriers. They are bridges to a healthier, wiser, and more empowered version of yourself. My beloved, heaven is guiding you toward connections that will honor your heart, not exploit it. Toward environments that will nourish your growth, not restrict it. Toward opportunities that match your spirit, not diminish it. These alignments are not random. They are orchestrated by timing far older than your fears. You may feel the pull of new desires, dreams resurfacing, ambitions awakening, ideas arriving uninvited. This is the arrival of your next assignment. Not the old one shaped by survival, but the new one shaped by identity, clarity, purpose, and truth. You are stepping into a realm where your gifts will matter, where your voice will resonate, where your journey will finally make sense. My child, understand this deeply. Heaven would not awaken this much inside you if something powerful were not approaching your life. You are not expanding for no reason. You are not healing by accident. You are not rising without purpose. There is a future calling you by name, a future shaped specifically for the soul you have become. And my beloved, that future is closer than you think. My beloved, linger here, for another veil is lifting. What is unfolding around you now is delicate, intentional, and divinely paced. This part of your journey is not loud. It is subtle, spiritual, and deeply internal. It is the quiet reconfiguration of a soul stepping into its true alignment. You are undergoing a transformation that cannot be rushed, because it is rewriting the way you perceive yourself, your purpose, and the world around you. My child, there is a new rhythm forming beneath your thoughts, a steady beat you've begun to sense even in moments of stillness. It is the rhythm of destiny calling you forward. It hums beneath your breath, whispering that you are stepping into a chapter where nothing will resemble the limitations you once accepted. You are beginning to see glimpses of a life that fits your spirit rather than constricting it. This is the evidence that your inner world is shifting into harmony with your divine blueprint. You have felt unfamiliar waves of courage rising in you. Courage not born from force, but from understanding. You are beginning to trust yourself in ways you never did before. You are starting to speak your truth without softening it for comfort. You are allowing yourself to want more without guilt. You are acknowledging desires you once silenced. This is the awakening of self-worth, the realization that you are not a background character in your own story. My beloved, there is also a healing taking place in the spaces you thought were permanently scarred. Old wounds are losing their sting. Memories that once triggered sorrow now bring clarity. Lessons you once resisted are becoming sources of wisdom. What once broke you is now shaping your strength. This is not accidental healing. It is divine timing aligning with your readiness. You are entering a phase where your spirit is learning to trust silence as much as revelation, where you no longer rush answers because you can feel that some truths need time to unfold. You are growing comfortable with the unknown, not because it is easy, but because you can finally sense that the unknown is not empty. It is full of potential waiting to be claimed. My child, the spiritual realm has been softening the ground beneath your feet so you can land in places that will honor your growth. You are being moved away from environments that stifle your spirit. You are being redirected from relationships that misunderstand your calling. You are being pulled toward connections that mirror your evolution. These shifts may feel abrupt, but they are guided with precision. You may also notice that your emotions have become more honest lately. You are no longer able to lie to yourself about what feels right and what doesn't. You cannot pretend to be comfortable in spaces your spirit has outgrown. You cannot dim your insights to make others feel secure. This emotional transparency is not chaos. It is alignment. Your heart is synchronizing with your purpose. My beloved, you are also beginning to recognize your own intuitive language. The subtle nudges, the quiet warnings, the sudden clarity, the inexplicable knowing. These signals have always been there, but now your sensitivity has risen to meet them. You are learning to trust what you feel even when there is no evidence yet. This is the maturation of your spiritual intelligence. There is a new strength in you that does not shout. It settles. It steadies. It sees. It knows. You are no longer trying to prove your value. You are embodying it. You are no longer begging for clarity. You are cultivating it. You are no longer waiting for permission. You are granting it to yourself. This is what it means to step into your power without force. My child, life is preparing to match this new version of you. Circumstances will shift to accommodate your growth. Opportunities will emerge that align with your spirit's expansion. People will enter your life who speak the same energetic language. You are being positioned with care, placed in environments where your gifts will not just be seen, but needed. There is a softness returning to you, but it is not the softness of vulnerability. It is the softness of mastery. You have grown wise enough to remain gentle, strong enough to remain compassionate, and aware enough to remain open. This combination is rare, and it signals the rise of someone who is ready for destiny. My beloved, stay present, for another current of truth is rising to meet you. What is happening within you now is not merely emotional. It is spiritual architecture shifting, roots rewiring, identity expanding. You are stepping into depth after depth, and each layer reveals something your spirit knew long before your mind could understand it. This is the unfolding of your inner world, the blooming of a destiny that no force of darkness could delay forever. My child, there is a gentleness woven through this season of your life, even in the moments that feel unclear. That gentleness is not weakness, it is guidance. The heavens are touching your path softly, nudging you toward a direction your soul has been trying to remember. You have felt it in subtle ways. In the sudden urge to slow down, in the desire to protect your peace, in the intuitive pull toward solitude. These impulses are not random. They are invitations from the divine to listen more deeply. You have been shedding old expectations without even realizing it. The person you once believed you had to become is no longer the person your spirit agrees with. You are releasing versions of yourself built from survival, fear, and the desire to be accepted. What remains is the essence you were always meant to bring into this world: unfiltered, intuitive, powerful, and true. This kind of transformation is sacred. It cannot be rushed or forced. It unfolds naturally when the soul has reached readiness. My beloved, the way you experience the world is shifting. You are beginning to see meaning where you once saw coincidence. You are noticing patterns that were invisible before. You are hearing your inner voice with a clarity that surprises you. This sensitivity is not overwhelming you. It is empowering you. You are learning to distinguish the vibrations of truth from the noise of distraction. You are becoming emotionally fluent, spiritually grounded, and energetically aware. There is a certain calm forming in your spirit, even if your circumstances are still catching up. This calm is a sign of alignment. It means your inner world has begun to trust your path, even when your mind doesn't yet have all the answers. You are stepping into a frequency where doubt cannot survive the strength of your knowing. And when the soul knows, everything else eventually follows. My child, you have also started to recognize your own resilience in ways you never did before. You have looked back at battles you thought would break you and realized you came out wiser, softer, deeper, and more spiritually anchored. This realization is not pride, it is awakening. It is the acknowledgement that your spirit was being shaped through every unseen tear, every unanswered question, every lonely night. Those moments forged endurance inside you that even you didn't know you possessed. You are entering a realm of existence where your spirit leads more than your fear, where your intuition speaks louder than the echoes of your past, where your heart is allowed to hope without apology. You are surrendering the need to control the timing, and instead, you are embracing the flow of what is meant. This shift in trust is transforming you from the inside. My beloved, the heavens are drawing you away from cycles that no longer serve your unfolding. You will notice that you cannot tolerate certain energies anymore. Conversations that once entertained you now drain you. Patterns you once repeated now feel foreign. Connections that once felt familiar now feel heavy. This detachment is not rejection, it is evolution. Your spirit is moving toward higher ground. And with this elevation, something else is awakening. A longing for authenticity, so strong you can no longer shrink yourself into spaces that do not honor your truth. You are yearning for alignment, not approval. Depth, not recognition. Peace, not performance. Presence, not perfection. These desires are the sign of a soul rising into maturity. My child, understand this. You are not losing yourself. You are finding the parts of you that were buried under survival. You are reclaiming your voice, your softness, your intuition, and your inner fire. You are stepping into a version of yourself that life tried to silence, but destiny refused to let fade. My beloved, remain here, for another depth is opening beneath your spirit. What is rising now is not simply revelation, it is remembrance. A return to the truth of who you were before the world placed weight on your shoulders, before pain wrote temporary stories across your heart. You are touching the edges of your origin, the place where your soul was shaped with purpose, clarity, and unshakable light. This is why everything feels so dense, so charged, so significant. Your spirit is awakening on levels you have never reached before. My child, there is a quiet power forming within you, a power that does not roar but hums like ancient energy returning home. You are beginning to feel settled in your own essence, more attuned to what resonates with your inner truth. This shift is subtle but profound. It is the moment where you stop trying to fit into shapes that were never meant for you. It is the moment where your spirit begins to claim the space it always deserved. You are learning that the right path feels like expansion, not contraction. You may have noticed that your mind is seeking deeper meaning in everything lately. Ordinary conversations feel shallow to you. Surface-level interactions no longer satisfy your soul. You are craving authenticity, connection that feels alive, and spaces where your spirit can breathe without shrinking. This hunger is not emptiness, it is evolution. It is your soul telling you that you have outgrown the emotional landscapes you once tolerated. My beloved, the heavens admire how you have learned to stand in your truth even when it felt uncomfortable. You no longer silence your insights to keep peace. You no longer apologize for your sensitivity, your intuition, or your inner knowing. You are learning to trust the wisdom that rises from your depths. You are learning to honor the voice that speaks from your spirit. This self-trust is sacred. It is one of the highest forms of spiritual maturity. There is also a softness returning to you, but this softness is not fragile. It is refined. It is the softness of someone who has seen darkness, yet chooses light. The softness of someone who has been broken, yet remains open. The softness of someone who understands that strength is not the absence of vulnerability, but the courage to remain gentle in a world that tried to harden your heart. This is divine softness, the kind that draws blessings naturally. My child, you are stepping into a season where you will begin to see your reflection more clearly. Not the reflection shaped by others' expectations, but the reflection shaped by truth. You will recognize parts of yourself that were hidden beneath years of survival. You will feel emotions that were once locked away. You will see wisdom in places where pain used to sit. This is the reintroduction to your own soul, the moment where you finally meet yourself without distortion. Your inner voice is growing louder, not in volume, but in certainty. You are no longer second-guessing your intuition. You are no longer fighting your sensitivity. You are no longer rejecting the parts of you that feel deeply. This acceptance is calling new experiences into your life, experiences that will nurture your spirit rather than drain it. You are aligning with people and paths that speak the same energetic language. My beloved, there is a quiet unfolding happening around your life. Something subtle yet powerful is shifting in your atmosphere. You may not see it directly, but you can feel the edges of a new beginning brushing against your awareness. It shows up in the sudden moments of peace, the unexpected clarity, the gentle nudges to move differently, speak differently, choose differently. These are signs of preparation, the heavens readying you for what is approaching. You are being taught the sacred art of not forcing, the art of allowing, the art of trusting that what is meant for you will recognize you without confusion, the art of receiving without fear. This is not passivity, this is alignment. This is the flow your spirit longed for, but could not enter until you healed the fractures within you. And now, my child, something extraordinary is taking shape beneath the surface of your life. You may not have the full picture, but your spirit senses the magnitude. There is something forming for you that is bigger than your doubts, stronger than your past, and more beautiful than your expectations. My beloved, stay with me, for the revelation that approaches now comes from a deeper chamber of your spirit. You are entering territory where your soul begins to speak in its oldest language, where memories not stored in your mind, but in your essence begin to rise. This is the part of your journey where the unseen becomes familiar, where intuition becomes a compass, and where your inner world finally aligns with the truth your destiny has been whispering all along. My child, there is a quiet emergence happening inside you, an unfolding of layers that you once believed were lost. You are rediscovering parts of yourself that were buried beneath exhaustion, heartbreak, and unanswered questions. But now those parts are resurfacing with wisdom rather than pain. You are reclaiming your power not by force, but by remembrance. You are awakening into a version of yourself that feels both new and ancient, as though your soul has been waiting for this very moment to exhale. You may have noticed how differently your heart responds to life now. Things that once triggered you no longer hold the same power. Situations that once drained you no longer have access to your energy. You are moving with a clarity that was not available to you in previous seasons. This is because you are no longer operating from survival. You are operating from alignment. You have crossed a threshold within yourself, and the spiritual realm recognizes it. My beloved, the heavens have been watching the way you listen to your inner nudges, the way you trust the strange pull toward transformation, even when you cannot see where it leads. That willingness is rare. That surrender is sacred. It is the reason doors will begin to open for you that remained sealed for others. You are becoming someone who moves in truth, and truth always magnetizes what is meant. There is a shift happening in your emotional world as well. You are learning how to hold space for your own feelings without drowning in them. You are learning that vulnerability is not weakness, but a doorway to deeper connection with yourself. You are learning that allowing yourself to feel is an act of courage, not fragility. This emotional intelligence is expanding your inner capacity. It is making room for the blessings that require a mature heart to receive. My child, there is a heightened awareness settling into your spirit. You are beginning to discern energies without needing explanations. You are sensing intentions without hearing words. You are feeling outcomes before they manifest. This is not imagination. This is spiritual refinement. You have been shaped by life in a way that allows you to read truth beneath the surface. You can no longer be deceived by appearances because your spirit sees beyond the physical world. A new strength has been forming in you as well, one that flows quietly and steadily. This strength doesn't rush. It doesn't panic. It doesn't need to prove itself. It simply exists, born from the battles you've survived and the healing you've allowed. You are embracing a grounding presence that stabilizes you even when circumstances feel uncertain. This strength is part of your transformation. It is the anchor for the future rising toward you. My beloved, you are walking into a season where your authenticity will guide everything. You will no longer feel the need to shrink so others feel comfortable. You will no longer hide your insight, your depth, or your sensitivity. You will no longer compromise your peace to maintain connections that do not honor your spirit. You are moving into spaces where your soul can breathe fully, freely, expansively. The heavens are aligning new pathways beneath your feet. You will begin to notice opportunities arriving in quiet ways. Conversations that spark something in you, ideas that come out of nowhere, signs that confirm your direction, encounters that feel divinely orchestrated. These are not coincidences. These are the signals of a destiny unfolding. My child, trust what is awakening within you. Trust the renewal you feel. Trust the expansion you sense. You are stepping into a future shaped by the strength of your survival, the depth of your heart, and the wisdom of your spirit. My beloved, your horizon is widening, and the light that greets you is unlike anything you have walked toward before. My beloved, remain with me, for another layer of truth is rising like a dawn inside your spirit. What unfolds now is not meant for hurried hearts or distracted minds. This is the delicate unveiling of a destiny that has waited patiently behind every moment of your growth. Breathe slowly. Let each word settle into the places within you that have longed for clarity, for meaning, for a glimpse of the path ahead. My child, you are entering a realm where your spirit is no longer willing to operate from limitation. Something inside you has shifted, quietly, steadily, and profoundly. The old patterns that once dictated your reactions are loosening. The emotional cycles that once held you hostage are breaking. You are no longer the version of yourself who tolerated things that drained your power. You are becoming someone who recognizes the sacredness of their own energy. You may feel a strange sense of distance from who you were just a season ago. This is because your spirit has outgrown the boundaries your past tried to place around you. You have expanded beyond old labels, old roles, and old beliefs that no longer match the truth you now embody. This sense of unfamiliarity is not confusion. It is emergence. You are stepping into the presence of your true self, the self that has always been waiting beneath the noise. My beloved, there is a depth awakening in you that others may not fully understand yet. A depth that feels like intuition sharpened to a fine edge. A depth that feels like seeing through illusions without effort. A depth that allows you to sense intention long before words are spoken. You are becoming someone who navigates life with spiritual sight, not surface vision. And with this clarity, you will begin to make decisions that honor your soul rather than your fears. There is also a softness blooming in your heart, one that is not a return to vulnerability as pain, but to vulnerability as strength. You are allowing yourself to feel without collapsing, to reflect without spiraling, to release without resentment. This emotional maturity is creating space for new blessings to enter, blessings that require an open heart rather than a guarded one. You are learning the sacred balance between protection and openness. My child, your inner voice has been getting louder, not in force but in truth. You are beginning to trust the sensations that flutter in your chest when something is right or wrong. You are recognizing the difference between peace and attachment, between alignment and convenience. This discernment is your compass, guiding you toward experiences that resonate with your purpose and gently pulling you away from what no longer serves your evolution. There is a transformation happening in the way you respond to challenges. You no longer feel the need to fight every battle. You no longer chase explanations or closure. You no longer exhaust yourself trying to fix what was never meant to stay. Instead, you are moving with wisdom, choosing peace, choosing stillness, choosing what nourishes your spirit. This shift is evidence of resilience woven with grace. My beloved, the spiritual realm is aligning elements around your life with precision. You may begin to notice synchronicities appearing more frequently. Numbers repeating, dreams resurfacing, familiar feelings returning at unexpected times. These are confirmations, gentle reminders that you are on the path meant for you. The universe is orchestrating connections and circumstances that match the new frequency you carry. You are also entering a season where your voice will hold more weight, not because you speak louder, but because you speak from a place of experience and truth. Your words will carry healing. Your presence will carry calm. Your decisions will carry clarity. You are becoming someone whose mere energy communicates strength, compassion, and direction without needing to explain anything. My child, do not underestimate the magnitude of what is happening inside you. You are not merely growing, you are evolving. You are not simply healing, you are transforming. You are not just moving forward, you are rising into a version of yourself that your past could not contain. My beloved, stay here with me, because what comes next is meant to be received with a steady heart and an open spirit. You have reached a point in your journey where your inner world is expanding faster than your outer world can reflect it, and that can feel disorienting at times. But breathe, my child. This is the natural stretching of a soul stepping into a greater dimension of itself. My child, there is a quiet boldness forming in you, one that was not shaped by certainty but by endurance. You have learned how to stand still in storms without losing your center. You have learned how to sit with your own emotions without being swallowed by them. You have learned how to find meaning even in moments that felt empty. This strength did not come from ease. It came from surviving things you once thought you never would. And now that strength is becoming the foundation of who you are becoming. There is a shift in the way you carry yourself, even if you haven't fully noticed it yet. Your heart is more grounded. Your thoughts are more intentional. Your presence is more anchored. It is as though your entire being has stepped into a quieter confidence, one that does not seek validation because it already knows its worth. This is the confidence of someone who has met themselves honestly, deeply, without fear. My beloved, you are beginning to move differently in the world. You are no longer pulled by chaos or drained by noise. You are no longer trying to bend your spirit into shapes that do not belong to you. You are choosing differently now, not from pressure, not from fear, but from awareness. You are selecting peace over urgency, truth over comfort, alignment over familiarity. These choices are not small, they are signals of transformation. There is a deepening happening in your relationships as well. You are becoming more intentional about who you allow into your space. You are noticing the difference between those who nurture your soul and those who merely distract it. You crave conversations that ignite thought, not gossip that feeds emptiness. You seek connections that feel genuine, not interactions built on performance. This refined desire is guiding you toward people who match your frequency, not your history. My child, there is also a new discipline forming within you, a discipline that comes not from force but from clarity. You are beginning to sense what your future requires of you. You can feel the habits that no longer fit. You can feel the environments you must outgrow. You can feel the behaviors you must release. This inner knowing is reshaping the way you invest your time, your energy, your attention. It is preparing you for a life that demands more light, more intention, more authenticity. Something else is happening too. Your dreams are shifting. Not just the dreams of your sleep, but the dreams of your heart. You are imagining possibilities you once thought were too far, too unlikely, too impossible. You are allowing yourself to want again, to hope again, to reach again. This is not wishful thinking. It is alignment with a future your spirit has always known existed. My beloved, the universe is stirring around you in response to your transformation. You may feel a pull toward new paths that you cannot yet explain. You may feel guided to release old patterns without knowing what will replace them. You may feel moments of stillness so profound that it seems as though time itself pauses around you. These sensations are signs of divine orchestration, indicating that your external reality is beginning to rearrange itself to match your internal elevation. Your intuition is also sharpening in ways you cannot deny. You are feeling truth in your body before your mind understands it. You are sensing shifts before they happen. You are recognizing alignment the moment it enters your space. This intuitive clarity is your compass now. It is the voice of your spirit leading you toward the future that is already forming. My child, you stand at the threshold of a new becoming. Not a temporary change, but a foundational transformation. A rebirth of identity, a refinement of purpose, a reclamation of self. My beloved, stay close, for another river of revelation is beginning to move through you. What unfolds now is not loud, not forceful, not dramatic, yet it carries a power greater than storms. This is the unveiling that comes when your soul steps forward without hesitation, when your inner truth rises without permission, when the deepest parts of you finally begin to speak in their full voice. You are entering a sacred stretch of your journey, where everything within you begins to rearrange itself into alignment with who you are meant to be. My child, you have begun to outgrow the emotional limitations that once confined you. There is a new steadiness in the way you hold yourself, an unspoken assurance born not from pride, but from understanding. You now move with the wisdom of someone who has walked through the fire and learned how to make peace with both the flames and the ashes. You see life differently now. You interpret energy differently. You receive truth differently. This shift marks the reawakening of a soul ready to claim its next chapter. There is a clarity forming in the quiet corners of your heart. You can feel it even in moments where nothing seems to be happening. It hums beneath your breath, whispers beneath your thoughts, and rests beneath your ribs like a soft glow. This clarity isn't external, it is internal. It is not about knowing the exact path ahead, but about knowing yourself deeply enough to recognize every step that feels right. It is a knowing that does not require proof. My beloved, your spirit has started to detach from what once held emotional power over you. The opinions that once shook you no longer penetrate your inner peace. The disappointments that once echoed in your mind now dissolve quicker. The patterns that used to pull you backward are losing their grip. This release is not accidental. It is the gentle unraveling heaven orchestrates when you are ready for more. You are also beginning to sense the difference between temporary comfort and genuine alignment. You can feel when something nourishes your soul instead of numbing it. You can sense when a path has depth rather than distraction. You can detect when a connection is meant for growth rather than attachment. This level of discernment is not common. It is earned through years of inner battles you fought in silence. My child, there is a shift happening in your relationship with your own emotions. You no longer fear feeling deeply. Instead, you let your emotions teach you rather than torment you. You sit with the truth they reveal instead of running from it. You honor what rises within you without judgment. This emotional intelligence is shaping you into someone who understands life with a tenderness that is both rare and powerful. There is a gentle rebuilding happening inside your spirit. You are restoring trust in yourself, trust in your choices, your vision, your boundaries, your voice. You are realizing that your spirit was never fragile. It was only waiting for you to stop carrying battles that were not yours. Now you are moving with a different kind of strength, one that radiates without announcing itself. My beloved, the heavens are shifting the atmosphere around your life. You may be feeling waves of stillness, moments of sudden reflection, or flashes of insight that come without warning. These are the signs that your timeline is recalibrating. The energy around you is no longer responding to who you were. It is responding to who you are becoming. There is also a rising courage within you, one that grows each time you choose truth over comfort. You are no longer willing to abandon yourself for acceptance. You are no longer willing to silence your intuition to maintain peace. You are no longer willing to downgrade your spirit to fit into small spaces. This is sacred evolution. This is the rebirth of identity. My child, understand this. Your transformation is not superficial. It is not temporary. It is not cosmetic. It is foundational. It is spiritual. It is destiny-driven. And because of this, everything connected to your future is beginning to shift in response. My beloved, the horizon ahead is not only widening, it is awakening with the light of a destiny ready to reveal itself in full. My beloved, stay close, because this next part must flow slowly, deeply, like a river of revelation wrapping itself around your spirit. What rises now is meant to settle into the places inside you that have been waiting the longest. Those quiet corners you rarely let anyone see. Those hidden chambers where your fears once lived. Those sacred spaces where your destiny has been patiently breathing beneath every layer of your becoming. My child, before this flow continues, hear this with an open heart. If this message touches you, do not leave without taking a moment to like, subscribe, and comment Amen. Not as a ritual, not as a demand, but as a declaration that your spirit is awake, engaged, and present in the moment heaven is shaping around you right now. Now breathe, and let us step deeper. There is something unfolding within you that words often fail to capture. You are transforming in quiet, unseen ways that even you struggle to explain. The person you are becoming is not born from pressure or expectation. It is emerging from truth. Your truth. The truth beneath your history, your wounds, your doubts, your dreams. You are shedding identities that were never truly yours. You are letting go of narratives that were written through pain rather than purpose. You are remembering the essence beneath everything you have lived through. My beloved, you are beginning to walk with a new consciousness. You are no longer drawn to chaos because your soul finally recognizes peace as its home. You are no longer impressed by superficial things because you crave authenticity that feeds your spirit. You are no longer accepting half-hearted love because you have learned to value the fullness of your own heart. This is spiritual maturity. This is inner expansion. This is evolution beyond the emotional weight of your past. There is a softening taking place within you, one that does not weaken you but strengthens you. You are becoming tender without being fragile, open without being exposed, hopeful without being naive. This softness is sacred. It is the softness that appears when a soul has survived storms and still chooses to grow flowers from the pain. It is the softness that radiates from someone who has seen darkness but did not become it. My child, the heavens have been watching how you carry yourself through the nights of silence. Nights when no one knew what you were fighting. Nights when your thoughts felt too heavy for the world to understand. Nights when you had to encourage yourself, comfort yourself, and hold yourself together with hands that were trembling. Those moments were not wasted. They were the forge. They were the sacred place where your strength was purified, where your calling deepened, where your spirit expanded. You may feel as though you are standing between who you were and who you are becoming. That in-between space, uncomfortable as it may feel, is divine territory. It is where your old self dissolves and your new self breathes for the first time. It is where clarity begins to unfold in silent waves. It is where your intuition grows louder, not in volume, but in certainty. Do not rush this space. It is shaping you. My beloved, there is a transformation taking place in your ability to perceive truth. You are learning to see beyond words and into intentions. You are noticing subtle energy shifts before circumstances change. You are sensing alignment by the way your spirit reacts, not by the convenience of the situation. This intuitive awakening is not accidental. It is evidence of your spiritual elevation. There is also a deepening happening in your relationship with your own voice. You are speaking with more authenticity. You are expressing what you once suppressed. You are honoring your needs without guilt. You are allowing yourself to be seen, not through performance but through presence. This is powerful, my child. When a soul stops pretending, its light becomes impossible to ignore. You are also learning not to negotiate your worth. You no longer shrink to make others comfortable. You no longer silence wisdom to avoid being misunderstood. You no longer ignore your truth for acceptance. This is the embodiment of self-respect. This is what it looks like when a spirit begins to understand its own value. The universe is rearranging things around you in ways you cannot fully explain. People are falling away because they no longer match your frequency. Opportunities are shifting because your spirit is in a different alignment. Paths are changing because your destiny is calling you into deeper growth. This is not loss, it is preparation. What is leaving is making space for what is meant. My child, you are walking into a season where your energy will speak louder than your words. Your presence will shift rooms. Your clarity will attract what matches you. Your peace will protect you. Your intuition will guide you. Your heart will open in new, profound ways. You will feel supported in ways you once only prayed for. Understand this. Your transformation is not small. It is not temporary. It is not fragile. It is monumental. It is foundational. It is sacred. Every part of you is ascending into a higher version of yourself. Your mind is expanding. Your emotions are stabilizing. Your energy is rising. Your spirit is awakening. You are not just evolving, you are emerging. And my beloved, as you stand at the threshold of this new chapter, let this final truth settle into your chest. You are stepping into a season unlike any you have ever lived. A season of clarity, a season of alignment, a season of spiritual maturity, a season of emotional freedom, a season where blessings meet you without resistance, a season where your destiny unfolds with divine precision. If your spirit agrees, if your heart feels this, if your soul is awakening as you read these words, then like, subscribe, and comment Amen.